Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and there is one whole spoiler today. They're getting a little thin, but whatever. This one merits a little bit of extra focus, let's say. So it's another saga, and it's the Binding of the Titans. So this isn't uncommon, and it only costs 2. That is pretty aggressive for a saga. So for part 1, each player puts the top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard. Wait a minute, that's a blue ability. Then number 2, exile up to 2 cards from graveyards. For each creature card exiled this way, you gain 1 life. Hey, that's a black ability. Then we've got finally number 3, return target creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. Hey, that's a white ability. Arguably, okay, that one's a little loose, but I'm already 2/3 of the way into it. Okay, it's like half black, half white, half green for 150% total. Maybe I need to say it louder, wizards. Hey, colors in the color pie, stay in your lane! Now this is a pretty unimportant color break, but that's what it looks like on the surface. This could turn out to be disastrous, you never know. I mean, if this is what people need to go 2 color but then double down on a certain mechanic or theme or whatever, ooh, this could be what pushes it over the edge. So how good actually is this? Well, keep in mind, it's an enchantment. So the whole for every enchantment, whenever an enchantment enters play, there's that. So it's a little better than it looks on the surface. Then each player, you and your opponent, put the top 3 cards of their libraries into their graveyards. Should have been plural. I believe you would only leave that not plural if there was the possibility of having a 1-player game, which there is. It's called Solitaire, and it's really dumb. I think you try to hit for like 75 in 10 turns, and if you do, you win. It's really stupid. So number 1, I mean, it's not a mill card, it's not intended to be, but it does stuff the graveyard with 3 cards, one of which on average would be a land. Not guaranteed, but on average. Then, after that, you exile up to 2 target cards from graveyards, so 2 from yours, 2 from theirs, or 1 each, or 1 from just 1 or 0, because it says up to. Then for each creature card exiled this way, you gain 1 life. So obviously you would target like one of their creatures and then another one of their creatures, or one of theirs, one of yours, unless you really had to get rid of something, like something you really didn't want in their graveyard, for example. So, I mean, gain 2 life, get rid of 2 cards that you honestly probably just put there, whatever. If you're getting rid of something that you know they might resurrect later, cool, but you're giving them a 1-turn warning, whatever. So far, totally not a big deal, not even a powerful card. But then we get return target creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. So, a land with an activated ability, like I wouldn't say like Wasteland, I don't think they'll print that in standard. But, some kind of sacrifice it and do something cool land, and now you get it back and get to do it again. That could be kind of degenerate, depending upon what it is. But the bigger and more likely to become a problem is bringing back, like, your biggest, baddest creature that they finally got rid of. Like, I mean, one of the gods, like one of the indestructible gods. Like, what if they finally managed to somehow force you to sacrifice Clothis or whatever? Well, just bring it back. Yeah, you gotta pay for it again, but reminder, she costs 3, so who cares? It's not the biggest deal in the world, but it's a pretty common effect. And if nothing too important died, and then you didn't otherwise mill anything in the graveyard, and then the first 3 cards didn't put anything good in the graveyard, this could do next to nothing. Or, well, it could do literally nothing. And I mean, going to get an Evolving Wilds again and then replaying it, ooh. So you'd probably get some value out of it, but as a finale, kind of weak. But, like I said, I mean, it could be a god card. It could be, Grey Merchant of Asphodel. It could be that stupid flying dragon that kills 3 targets every time it swings. So a Resurrector that costs 2, I mean, yeah, I get it. It's like 3 turns from now, but that's annoying. At the end of the day, it doesn't bring it into play. I have a huge problem with any effect that says, let's take like the most powerful thing in my graveyard and ignore its mana costs, ignore any secondary casting costs, and just drop it into play for free. I never like that, never will like it. It's inherently broken. It's just free casting is what it is. So this puts it in your hands so that it keeps you honest. You got to actually pay for it again. You got to get it out. It's as if you drew it, whatever. But it could be spectacularly powerful, and this is a 2-cost spell. So, I mean, yeah, do I think it's broken? No. Do I think it's powerful? Yeah, potentially. Do I think it's unreliable? Yeah. So, I mean, it's not that great. It's just, my bigger beef with this is that those first 2 abilities are not green abilities. They're not even close to green abilities. I hate to say this because as soon as I scroll down to the comments section, here it's going to be, but I don't think that each player puts the top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard, that's it, period, that effect, has ever been on a green card in the history of the game. I think they may have said something about, like, each player looks at or reveals the top card and then something about the number of creatures or if they match, maybe? But just both players mill 3, that is not a green effect, that's never been a green effect. So what the hell? And then the rest is just like arguably basically black. So what the hell is this? Why? I mean, if anything, they could have put it on a colorless saga, which it would actually be kind of cool to see a colorless saga. I would have actually felt better about that because those could do anything. But then again, it would just be like worse than green if this potentially turns out to be a problematic card, which I doubt. Because then any deck could run it. So at least they like put it into green, but I can't get over the recent like color pie breaks because a lot of them have been like the source of or contributing to bans. Like really bad things happen when somebody's running 2 color, but it's as if they're running 3 color because they have ability to do things that their colors wouldn't normally do. There's reasons colors do some things and don't do other things and have strengths and weaknesses. It's for fair gameplay so that people can't just like do whatever they want, just have an answer to absolutely everything. And 3 color decks have been the most notoriously broken in the last 3 to 4 years. So yeah, that's today's spoiler, and in response to Sneaky Squirrel from my Discord channel, if they reprint Thoughtseize, I'm gonna throw a chair through my monitor. But bonus spoiler, ooh, I bet you didn't hear about this one, I'm just gonna go on a limb, they're reprinting Nykthos Shrine to Nyx. Because of course they are. So there's a spoiler for you, 100% confirmed by me. There is no way they're not printing it unless they do like a functional reprint that's like either better or worse. But I'll be honest with you, that card kind of like needs a reprint. It's pretty expensive. So yeah, that's it for today. I do believe we have some scheduled for tomorrow, the day after, and the day after. So hit that subscribe button if you want to miss them. I have a feeling we're going to start seeing more than just one card at a time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.